Hey, it's Kyle from Compulove, and today we're going to be talking about uh, computer repair services
Yeah, what kind of computer repairs?
for desktops, desktop computer repair.
So desktop is like that big tower, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to a laptop, desktop, laptop.
Yeah, desktop is like the big tower, laptops are the fold
Yeah,
computers
yeah. So
that are portable.
you were saying at some point that like desktop's easier to fix
Yes.
because it's modular.
Yeah, because you can easily, it's more, you can fiddle around with more of the components inside, but with a lot of desktops, especially modern ones, you can't really you can open them up, but you can't really replace certain components like CPUs. They're usually soldered onto the board. Even RAM is sometimes soldered onto the board.
Like in desktops?
Yeah.
So what do you do then?
I mean, you'd probably have to, if there's like an actual hardware component that's something wrong with it, you might have to replace the whole entire like motherboard of that computer. And plus, sometimes only the manufacturer, the PC that whoever made it, or the laptop, whatever the original manufacturer is, you'd have to get the replacement part off them, even if assuming they even sell it. So it's like extremely hard to like repair laptops hardware.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, before we go any further, where are we located in Kitchener-Waterloo?
Yes.
Kitchener-Waterloo Computer Repair Services, desktop repair?
Yeah.
Say it now?
Kitchener-Waterloo desktop repair services.
Yeah, I think the algorithm likes it when we actually say
When
it.
you like verbally say it.
Verbally say it maybe, and then we put like a little text thing on the screen.
Yeah.
Maybe, possibly, but yeah, we're in Kitchener-Waterloo, and desktop is like you're saying it's just a little easier than last laptops,
Yeah.
right? So, and then there's, I mean, as far as the other people that do desktop repair, like, how would you say you compare with like the other 20 guys doing computer repair in Kitchener? Like, what's your assessment of that situation?
I'm pretty versatile when it comes to different computers and different issues. A lot of people not really have too much attention to detail and can't figure out certain issues and don't take time long enough to like troubleshoot. It's all about like trying things out and doing different things, like swapping out components, or like it's all about experimenting really with troubleshooting. It's just like you got to try one thing or another until you finally like narrow it down to like one thing, like what could be wrong with the computer.
Yeah. So you do on-site, you said?
Yeah.
So you're literally saying I'm going to come over to your house and like be working on it at your house while you're there, obviously.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, you're saying that repairs probably don't take longer than, a couple hours at the most.
Yeah, usually. Sometimes I might need to take the computer home with me and swap out some certain parts and probably like try different things. So sometimes you can't figure out what an exact issue is without having a replacement part that works, like a CPU that works, or a piece of RAM. But it's sometimes you have to like swap out parts to be able to narrow it down on what the issue could be.
Right. So you go to the house, you're working on it there. Do you have to bring in like a toolkit or anything? Like, what do you bring?
You don't really need much. You need like just like a screwdriver. I usually use this like iFixit toolkit.
Okay.
Which is just a bunch of screws and like maybe like some tweezers and certain things that you would need to fix a computer.
There's no soldering involved necessarily?
I mean, not really, because a lot of desktop computers don't really solder their parts. There's certain things that are soldered onto the board, but not really. Like if there was a certain part of the motherboard that needed being repaired, then you would probably need to solder. But usually it would just be worth just replacing the motherboard. It's just more financially worth it, because like I don't know where you'd be able to get a specific part of a motherboard anyway. So it would probably be just wise to just replace the whole motherboard.
So how do your prices compare with like, say, that Nate guy who seems to be like cornered the market on doing $40 repairs?
I don't really have a price range really at the moment. I mean, I'll do it for whatever. I guess I'll do it for like the same price.
Like a low price.
Yeah.
Like a reasonable price. Although I mean, like,
I definitely won't pull a Geek Squad on you or anything. Like charge you like $200 for like resetting Windows, like reinstalling Windows. Like,
okay.
Like that's so dumb.
Yeah, it's like unnecessary.
Unnecessary budget.
But I guess it doesn't make sense to say like I'll do it for $40 no matter what it is, right? Like that's kind of a weird.
Yeah. Because if it's like a really big issue and it takes a while to fix, then it's gonna probably have to be worth more than $40, or like. Yeah,
because it could take longer, and also like most times these days when you do a job that's like a personal, like I'm going to fix something or I'm going to do something. It's like people charge like $40 an hour, $50 an hour, $100 an hour. Like it's typical now for people to charge more and more.
It's pretty crazy out there. And especially with a lot of issues being like software,
Mm-hmm.
because like I'd say 99% of your software problems can be fixed just by like reinstalling Windows.
Yeah.
But that's like last resort usually, because like reinstalling Windows would mean you would probably lose a lot of your files, but that's why you want to back up.
Mm-hmm.
But Windows does have a feature where you can like reinstall Windows but keep your files.
Mm-hmm.
And but sometimes your Windows thing could be so corrupt that you'd have to like you can't even reset it on the operating system because you can't even get there or whatever. So you'd have to like literally just like put in a USB stick that has Windows installed on it and then install it through that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be one thing you'd have to do, but that's usually like a last resort to do. But a lot of like some of them could be hardware problems, so a lot of them could be software problems too.
Yeah. Well, I guess another thing about like computer repair people these days is like people want to be able to communicate like easily with people. So there might be people that maybe like don't speak English as a first language, or it's like their second language, or they just don't know how to communicate about they're not like nice, perhaps. Not that people that don't speak clear English like aren't nice people, but people having a hard enough time with computers, like understanding what's going on, without them having like trouble understanding what they're saying. Like, would you agree with that or no?
Yeah. Trying to communicate with people that don't speak the first language can be a bit difficult sometimes. Cause obviously they don't speak the first language, but generally people can speak English around Waterloo pretty well.
Yeah, I guess like with computers though, it's like a lot of people that are like they're like Asian or they're like Indian. They're also like super techie, pretty smart people, which is my experience with them. Like I work with a lot of people from India, and most of them could speak pretty clear English. But I think a lot of people that come to Waterloo and stuff like maybe don't speak the clearest English. Like I was talking to a guy who just came from like Africa or something. He's been here for 2 months, and I was talking to him. He seems like a perfectly nice guy, but he also like I couldn't understand what he was trying to tell me. So he's like, I work hard, I do all these things, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and he said something weird about something. And I'm just like, what are you saying? Like, I didn't understand what he said. But I guess the point is just like people that want PC repairs, probably it would help for them to just like speak English, like very clearly and like,
good communication skills.
Good communication skills, which we're saying here that you have those skills.
Yeah.
Like you're not like, passive aggressive, for instance. Like you're not going to be like, well, I don't want to fix your computer then, like kind of that kind of weird attitude.
No one wants to deal with that.
No one wants to deal with people that are just kind of like snippy and, because there are definitely people that we've talked to like in the computer world where you call them up or you can't get a hold of them or they answer and they're just like, what do you want? Like they're kind of just like kind of
nasty,
kind of bitter or something. They just like, and who knows why? I'm sure they have their issues, but like, I mean, and we're not calling anyone out by name or anything. Like, there's no specific people we're trying to like,
no call outs,
no doxing, nothing. But just like, definitely people that like maybe they like don't feel like that's not their favorite job in the whole world to fix computers. But you actually like computers.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like a self-admitted nerd or something, right? Like, you gotta be kind of nerdy to be like into computers, right?
Yeah.
Like I talked to a guy today, and he was like, I'd rather punch a computer than like use a computer. It's like this with landscaping guy. I'm like, he's like, he's like, I hate computers. I'm like, you could use it for like, advertising. He's like, I don't have the internet at all.
Oh, he doesn't like that.
He doesn't like
have anything.
He doesn't have a computer, and if he sees a computer, he wants to smash it. And I'm like,
he's a hater.
He's a hater, a complete hater. But he said it like, like proudly. He's just like, I would take it and just like smash it, no problem. I'm like,
so he doesn't have any social media, I'm guessing?
No, he's not even on the computer at all. Like he's like
does he have a phone?
He has a phone, but that's it. And he doesn't text. He just like he can talk on the phone. That's it. He might even have a landline. He's like going back to like the Stone Age. But we're kind of rambling here. But basically, about desktop computers, that is mainly your forte, I would say, and luckily, that's one of the main services that Compulove offers. So if anyone needs desktop services, they can just call you or text you, right?
Yeah, or email.
Yeah, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but But, you know, that is what you do, right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get all the information out of you because the people want to know. They want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And if they need help, they're going to be like, you know, can I actually call this guy? Is he actually going to come to my house and fix my stuff? Or is he going to just like, you know, not show up and like whatever? Like people are very, they're very like these days they're skeptical of different repair people.
Yeah, there's so many scams around.
There's so many scams. There's like 1,000,001 scams. But Compulove, not a scam. On
100%
Google,
legit.
100% legit. We're on Google My Business. You can look us up. You can come to the house, but we're not encouraged to come to the house. But there is a picture of the house.
Yeah.
That you reside in.
I reside in that house.
But it's not like a business front, so you can't just like come in and like
show up,
knock on the garage door and be like, "Hey, are you in there?" or anything like that.
Yeah.
But that is your house, and you know that's what the place that you know. From there, you launch out and you go into the community and you do PC tune-ups, one-on-one. You can help people with their phones.
Even SEO services.
Even SEO services, which is a very rare skill these days.
It's like not many good SEOs out there.
Not many people even know what that is. So
Yeah.
we'll get into that in another video. But yeah, so I guess we'll just wrap it up. Anything else you want to say to the people?
If you guys have a computer problem, just call me or email me at kyle@compulove.ca.